Oscar De La Hoya was once the golden boy of boxing, a dazzling champion with a magnetic persona that captivated sports fans worldwide. His life embodies a blend of triumph, heartbreak, and relentless pressure. Now, at just 52 years old, he finds himself facing the most challenging fight of his life, lying in critical condition. This dramatic turn highlights not just his physical struggles, but a complex tapestry of emotions, including the weight of expectations, family ties, and personal demons. Born in East Los Angeles, De La Hoya's rise from humble beginnings to Olympic glory is a story steeped in both hard work and sacrifice. Boxing was a way of life for him, passed down through generations. And yet, behind the fame and success looms a darker narrative, revealing the toll of public scrutiny and personal loss. His Olympic win was a moment of pure elation, where he dedicated his gold medal to his mother, an emotional highlight that endeared him to millions, yet it also planted the seeds of immense pressure to maintain the title of Golden Boy. As we dive deeper, we see not just a fighter, but a man grappling with his identity amid the bright lights of fame. The burdens of expectation and the struggle for inner peace continue to shape his journey, leading to a life filled with both dazzling victories and painful defeats. This is not merely a story of celebrity. It is an exploration of what it means to fight, not just in the ring, but in the arena of life itself. Rise to glory. Oscar De La Hoya's ascent to stardom began in the heart of East Los Angeles, where boxing was more than just a sport for him. It was a way of life. Born into a working-class Mexican-American family, boxing had deep roots in his lineage, with both his father and grandfather having been fighters. From a young age, the young Oscar was seen as a prodigy, displaying incredible speed, focus, and a sense of purpose that dwarfed his years. Yet, behind his natural talent lay the heavy burden of family expectations, driving him relentlessly towards greatness. His upbringing wasn't without challenges, as he faced heartbreak during his teenage years when his mother was diagnosed with cancer. Despite this tragic backdrop, Oscar channeled his pain into his boxing, vowing to win Olympic gold for his mother. In 1992, at just 19, he achieved that dream at the Barcelona Olympics, capturing the gold medal for the United States. This monumental victory not only showcased his exceptional skills, but also resonated emotionally with audiences. As he looked skyward and whispered, "This is for my mom. I know she's watching," he cemented his place in the hearts of millions. The mix of talent and humility transformed him into America's sweetheart, the clean-cut kid from East LA who fought not for fame, but for his family and dreams. That mix became his signature, leading him to become a champion in 6 weight divisions and establishing a legacy that would inspire a generation. With each victory, he climbed higher, drawing in fans and securing his spot among the icons of the sport. Family roots and Olympic triumph. Oscar De La Hoya's journey to greatness was deeply rooted in his family background. Born on February 4th, 1973, in East Los Angeles, he was raised in a working-class Mexican-American family, where boxing was not just a sport, but a way of life. His father and grandfather were both fighters, creating a lineage that fostered discipline and dedication, which shaped Oscar from a young age. This family legacy instilled not only pride, but also an unwavering commitment to the sport. Oscar's mother, Cecilia, became the emotional cornerstone of his life, providing unwavering support through his formative years. Her diagnosis of breast cancer during his teenage years struck a serious chord, transforming his motivation into a relentless pursuit for Olympic glory. Despite the heartbreak of losing her in 1990, he pressed on, driven by a mission to win Olympic gold in her memory. At just 19 years old, he achieved this goal, capturing the gold medal at the 1992 Barcelona Olympics. His victory was a moment of triumph, filled with emotional depth, as he looked skyward and whispered, "This is for my mom. I know she's watching." This poignant tribute resonated with millions, catapulting him into the spotlight and establishing him as a national hero. With each punch he threw, he carried not only the burden of familial expectations, but also the dreams of his community, becoming a symbol of hope and inspiration for aspiring boxers everywhere. Oscar's Olympic triumph was more than just a personal victory. It represented a rich tapestry of cultural significance, showcasing the resilience of a young man fueled by love, loss, and legacy. The golden persona and business empire. Oscar De La Hoya wasn't just a fighter. He was a brand, a business, and a cultural icon. With his bilingual charm, clean-cut looks, and vibrant personality, he transcended the realm of boxing, captivating fans and sponsors alike. He became a marketing powerhouse. Signing with top-ranked promotions, he set the stage for a phenomenal rise that would change the landscape of boxing forever. Each fight was not merely an athletic contest. It was an event with sold-out arenas and extensive media coverage. This phenomenon built an incredibly successful business empire, which would eventually lead to the establishment of Golden Boy Promotions, a company designed not just to manage fighters, but to elevate them. De La Hoya revolutionized the promotion process, offering fighters better contracts and a platform to reach wider audiences. He had a vision deeply rooted in his own experiences as an athlete, ensuring that fighters received their fair share of the spoils as he did. His ability to blend athleticism with business acumen was rare in boxing, a sport often marked by exploitative practices. With a keen eye for talent, he signed major stars, including Canelo Alvarez and Ryan Garcia, propelling their careers while also enhancing his brand's reputation. However, as Oscar thrived professionally, his personal life became more complicated. The pressures of maintaining his golden boy image and the expectations of fans and media began to take their toll. Each public appearance, endorsement deal, and business decision seemed to carry the weight of the world. Behind the glitz and glamour, Oscar faced personal demons, battling the toll that fame and success exacted on his spirit. But this dual existence as a celebrated champion and a struggling individual made his journey incredibly compelling. Neither a mere athlete nor a typical businessman, he became a multifaceted personality, a pioneer who redefined what it meant to be a fighter in the modern era. Battles on and off the ring. Even as Oscar De La Hoya etched victories against the best, a quieter, deeper struggle was at work. Behind his resonant celebrity image, Oscar wrestled with the immense pressure of perfection, balancing fame with vulnerability and the weight of family expectations with personal sacrifice. The adoration of millions couldn't mask the mounting emotional cost and isolation that crept in over time. This relentless pressure began to take its toll. Inside the ring, Oscar was a master strategist, showcasing his skill and prowess. But it became increasingly clear that outside the ring, he was grappling with inner demons that threatened to undermine all of his achievements. The shift from hero to human was palpable. Publicly polished yet privately tormented, Oscar's struggles deepened with each setback. From broken relationships and legal disputes, the pressures intensified, leading to a heart-wrenching fight against addiction. Behind the glitz and glamour, the shadows loomed larger. The relentless media scrutiny coupled with personal failures was an unbearable burden. As he built his empire with Golden Boy Promotions, tensions and betrayals resurfaced, further complicating his journey. The fractures in his relationships, both personal and professional, revealed a stark reality of fame. Riches and admiration didn't equate to happiness. It was a painful reminder that at the pinnacle of success, closure was elusive. The dazzling world of boxing that once crowned him champion became a battleground for survival. Every fight in the ring was mirrored by a fight for self-worth in his heart, facing both opponents and himself. Through it all, Oscar De La Hoya's determination to rise, even from the ashes of his battles, painted a vivid picture of strength amidst adversity. The turning point, fights, controversies, and comebacks. Oscar De La Hoya's career was framed by a series of electrifying fights that defined him as one of boxing's greats. But it was also punctuated by controversies and challenges that would shape his legacy. The late 1990s marked a pivotal era where he enjoyed tremendous success, collecting world titles across 6 weight divisions. But it wasn't all a smooth ride. In 2007, De La Hoya faced Floyd Mayweather Jr., a brash, undefeated boxer, during what was billed as a clash of the eras. The match drew enormous attention, yet ended in a split decision that left mixed feelings among fans. Some claimed foul play, others felt the judges made the right call, but what was undeniable was the changing of the guard. As Oscar continued to rise, his personal life began to unravel. Behind the scenes, he battled the internal chaos that fame often brings. His struggles with substance abuse became a topic of whispered discussions, overshadowing his achievements. Yet, he kept pushing through. In a bid to reclaim his status, De La Hoya announced a comeback in 2021, following years of public struggles with addiction and depression. The boxing world buzzed with excitement, but a COVID-19 diagnosis forced him to withdraw just days before the fight, leaving fans heartbroken. Each setback, each comeback attempt, only deepened the narrative surrounding him. He became a symbol, not just of talent, but of resilience, illustrating how the human spirit can endure adversity in a sport where the stakes are incredibly high. Oscar's journey stands as a testament to the relentless fight, not just against opponents, but against the personal demons that haunt us all. Personal demons and health crises. Behind the glitz of fame and the roaring crowds lay an echoing silence filled with personal demons. Oscar De La Hoya, the once untouchable golden boy of boxing, found himself grappling with shadows that loomed larger than any opponent in the ring. Despite his success, he fought against emotional turmoil, feeling the weight of expectations and the pressure to maintain an image of invincibility. In the spotlight, he was celebrated, adored, but behind closed doors, he battled loneliness, depression, and addiction. The applause faded as he faced the stark reality of substance abuse. For years, Oscar kept his inner struggles hidden from public view, unable to confront the spirals of self-doubt and despair that compounded with each fight. The sport he loved, a refuge at first, became a battleground, not just against his competitors, but against his own vulnerabilities. Alcohol became a crutch, a means to cope with the pressures that seemed insurmountable. As he trained, seeking redemption through yet another comeback attempt, it became increasingly clear that the scars of his battles stretched beyond the physical. In recent years, these demons manifested into severe health crises. A battle with COVID-19 forced him into a hospital bed, stripping away the facade he had so carefully built. The illness served as a grim reminder that even the strongest fighters can falter against life's realities. Oscar's journey illustrates a poignant narrative of duality, the champion in the ring, and a deeply human figure wrestling with the complexity of his own existence, where the fight for peace takes precedence over the fight for titles. His personal story urges us to look beyond the surface, reminding us that even legends are not immune to the struggles of life. Legacy and corporate ruptures. Throughout his career, Oscar De La Hoya built an impressive legacy, both in and out of the ring. However, as his professional life advanced, so did complications that led to a series of corporate ruptures. After retiring, De La Hoya forged Golden Boy Promotions, a company that thrived and reshaped the boxing industry. He signed notable fighters like Canelo Alvarez and Ryan Garcia, and led the way in promoting high-stakes boxing events. However, tensions began to brew as relationships with his fighters became strained. In 2020, Canelo, once seen as De La Hoya's golden child, sued Golden Boy Promotions, citing management issues and broken trust. This lawsuit brought public attention to the internal fractures within the company in their once solid partnership. The fallout not only marked a significant shift in De La Hoya's business, but also highlighted the personal nature of such breaks. He dealt with the emotional toll of losing a relationship he invested his heart into. Critics began to portray him as out of touch, struggling to adapt in an ever-evolving sport. Legal battles ensued, with both parties trading harsh words, which only fueled speculation about De La Hoya's leadership and decision-making. As these relationships with key fighters disintegrated, Oscar faced the painful reality that his once untouchable legacy was now marred by these ruptures. His inability to maintain stability within his promotional empire began to question not only his capabilities as a businessman, but also his role in the evolution of boxing. Ultimately, these corporate fractures in his promotional career serve as a reminder that even champions, both in the ring and in business, must navigate the complexities of trust and loyalty. The current crisis and uncertain future. Now, facing the toughest fight of his life, in a hospital bed, Oscar's latest battle is a fight far removed from the bright lights of the ring. A recent comeback attempt was derailed by a bout with COVID-19 and subsequent health complications, leaving the world to wonder, is this the final round for the once unstoppable champion? As he grapples with failing health, sources close to him are reporting that he has struggled with lingering symptoms, fatigue, trouble breathing, and chronic inflammation. The once vibrant athlete, who inspired millions with his talent and charisma, now finds himself in a precarious situation. Support messages from fans and fellow fighters flood social media, asking for prayers and strength for the boxing icon. In his hospital room, Oscar reflects on the life he's led, the battles he's fought, both inside and outside the ring. The pressures of fame and his past struggles with addiction loom larger than ever, as he battles not just for survival, but for clarity and peace. Will he emerge victorious from this crisis, or is this the end of his storied journey? His legacy hangs in the balance, as many look back on the incredible highs of his career and the unforeseen lows that followed. Uncertainty envelopes the boxing community as they await updates. The fight for recovery is a daunting one, yet hope remains, fueled by the love and admiration of countless fans. Whether or not he returns to the ring, Oscar De La Hoya's journey is a testament to resilience, and his life story exemplifies the fight for self-acceptance in a world that often demands perfection. Oscar De La Hoya's legacy, beyond the accolades, is a profound reflection on the complexities of fame and the human experience. This golden boy of boxing, who once embodied triumph, also faced overwhelming pressure, emotional turmoil, and personal demons that many athletes, and indeed people across all walks of life, often grapple with. His journey reminds us that athletic prowess can coexist with vulnerability, and that behind every celebrated figure lies a person with struggles and flaws. While Oscar's accomplishments in the ring brought him fame and adoration, his story is equally about the battles fought outside it, where the stakes were just as high. Many fans viewed him as invincible, glorified by victories and larger-than-life moments. However, as his narrative unfolded, it revealed a vulnerable individual seeking redemption, a man wrestling with identity and self-worth, torn between public expectations and private reality. The boxing world watched as he faced challenges with resilience and tenacity, yet also witnessed the toll it took on his mental health and personal relationships. In the end, Oscar De La Hoya's fight for peace becomes a reminder to us all. His story is a tapestry of resilience woven through pain, showcasing the importance of mental health and the pursuit of personal fulfillment over public perception. As he lay in critical condition, the boxing community held its breath, reflecting on a legacy that transcends titles and record books. The hope for recovery and reconciliation remains, as fans and family alike continue to rally around a figure who, despite everything, gave so much, sometimes too much, to the sport he loved.